Welcome to this reading. So this is going to be a choose your affirmation reading, and I'm going to use Oracle and Tarot for this message. So we have 4 different affirmations to choose from. I'm going to go over each one. The first one here is, I always trust the direction of the universe and know that I am being guided. So right away I'm being drawn into the dragonfly as well on this one. So that could be a sign or a synchronicity for you. Could be like a spirit animal that has recently popped up in your reality. It's also by the dragon that I placed here, so that's interesting. I didn't notice that at first when I set up. Happiness is my birthright is the second one we have here. So I feel like this will be for those of you who are realizing that your life and what you do with your time matters. Perhaps you put others before yourself is what I feel like with this pile here. The third one here is the owl. It says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So you could be doing a lot of shadow work or somehow embodying more wisdom is what it feels like with this one. And learning lessons through hard times especially is what I'm seeing. And then the fourth one here is, I honor how I want to feel. So similar to the second pile, I feel like this one is going to be about finally choosing what feels good for yourself and realizing that you want to change your life in some major way. So that's just the simple little intuitive read on what each is going to be about. And I'm going to pull the tarot, so find your pile, find your reading in the timestamp or the description below. Starting out with the affirmation, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I am being guided. Okay, so as I said, dragonflies could be significant. We're going to get into it with what is the tarot message here with this affirmation for this pile. Got this one, the star. So interesting about being guided, because we do have that with this one, guiding light, inspiration, faith, hope, miracles, infinite energy. It also says that. So you could be feeling your energy returning, knowing that this affirmation is true for you, that you're always being guided. You are always, the universe has your best interest at heart and in mind always. And you can trust that. Because I feel like maybe previously and not too long ago I'm hearing is you would have, with your energy, maybe been like very cautious or apprehensive, but now you're starting to see that surrendering does feel a lot better. Queen of Swords. It's like you're standing in this truth of knowing that you are protected as well. I don't know, I'm getting protection energy with the dragonfly, and I'm not sure that's what it exactly means, but I am seeing protection with this. And I feel like summertime is significant to this reading, especially the month of July. I'm recording this in August, but I feel like July is a significant month for whoever this is for. We have the moon. So interesting, we have the star and the moon here. I feel like right now, with the Queen of Swords also being about the truth, you're being also shown something with the moon here that has to do with, you're being guided through some kind of shadowy aspect or some kind of dream. It can be either, and it's probably both, I feel like. Because you're heading towards your dreams and you're guided toward it. You could have been seeing a lot of miraculous, like what you would perceive to be miracles as well with the star energy. So it's like, that you're going where you need to be, but in between that is like a liminal energy with the shadow aspect of the moon card. So let's see some more information with the Queen of Swords energy, the Knight of Wands. So this is flow, fire, and intuition. I feel like you are awakened to what your intuition is saying, to being the truth, Your intuition is guiding you. Your higher self is guiding you, and you can trust that. That's what I'm getting with this. Major trust. Because it's the truth, right? So you're kind of like cutting through the lies and whatever's the shadowy stuff with the sword, with the Queen of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. Let's put that one there. We're going in this specific direction here. We have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, as I said, I feel like in the past you didn't trust as much, or you didn't follow the truth. You were maybe trying to lie to yourself about something. We have no here with this, with the moon. Okay, interesting. So 5 of Pentacles and the star energy feels like maybe there's been this hesitancy to trust the universe because you're afraid of losing out, or you're afraid of maybe like never getting out of whatever is this struggle for you. And I feel like that has to do with your shadow, but this is a lie here with the no card. It feels like whatever's in this shadow that's blocking you from using your intuition, which we have intuition on this side. Both of them are about intuition on each side. And it feels like there's still a lie underneath the surface that you're not going to have enough, or maybe, you know, you can't trust the universe. This is just something that's in the shadow aspect that I feel like is coming to light with the truth. All right, and the last card here for the tarot, maybe we'll get two more. We've got the Two of Wands. So it's like, what are you going to do with this newfound passion, this newfound energy and inspiration, and this flow, this fire? And with the dragon too, I just keep feeling like that is significant, how I pulled out this dragon. And this is from How to Train Your Dragon. So this, isn't she a light fury? I believe she's the light fury. So that could be significant to this reading. But I feel like you're going places. Pile number one, you're going places. That's for sure. I want to combine this with some fairy oracle messages. What do we have at the bottom there? Literally dragon's pet. So interesting. Maybe I feel like that is significant. Okay, I was going to shuffle them up, but you know, since we're talking about dragons, dragonflies, I feel like that's significant. So this one does say communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship. So I feel like dragons could be guides or guardians for you. You could feel very connected to dragon energy. That's what I'm getting, but I feel like I might pull a few more from this deck because that one just was drawing me in. But let's see what else. What else is happening for these viewers? I know it's going to be more than one of you. Beauty's truth, beauty, physical pleasure, and sensuality. All right, so let's see what else. I feel like you're coming out of a time of not honoring your beauty and your body. Dark moon, maturation, growing up, introspection, know thyself. Interesting energy. So this is the truth of who you are. Okay, you could have gone through some things with, I'm getting like really not loving your body or loving the way you look. And now you're starting to open up to trusting the universe, okay? That you're being guided towards people who will find you attractive or be attracted to your energy. So it doesn't have to be exactly physical stuff. For some of you, I feel like it is. For others of you, it's like your true self. And now that you're growing older, and you don't have to be like older in age, but you're maturing, right? You're growing up. You're introspecting, because I feel like Knight of Wands and the moon energy is about that too. We have the awakened heart on the Knight of Wands card. I'll show it to you. See? And it feels like that's what you're waking up to, is like loving yourself. So also I'm channeling in Six of Cups could be to do with struggles, going back to your childhood with your identity. Identity crisis is coming through. Yeah, dragon energy too surrounding this just feels like a lot of protection. And you don't have to be afraid to speak your truth. You don't have to be afraid to dress the way you want to dress with this one, or, you know, feel into that sensual energy however makes you feel alive is really what I'm getting. So sensuality doesn't have to be just sexuality. It can be enjoying your food, or as I said, just dressing up for your own pleasure and wanting to look a certain way because it makes you feel good. So don't get it twisted. Like, it can mean sexuality and identity with sexual identity and things like that. It can definitely, but it also feels like it's just enjoying your life and the simple pleasures that maybe you denied yourself. I feel like that's part of the shadow here, that you're finally working through this energy of denying yourself pleasure, denying yourself like even praise and being called beautiful. That could be a struggle for you, or it would have been in the past, I'm getting. So let's get some Unity Oracle cards as well. What does this viewer need to know? We have the Owl coming out. Changing direction. Trust that everything will work out as it is meant to. Again, we have trust coming through the reading. I definitely feel like you're meant to trust, and that could have you a little bit afraid. Okay, and that's where you're protected again by this owl and this wisdom. Some higher wisdom is protecting you, even your higher self. You could be tapping a lot more into your higher self. And there's meditative pose here, meditative position. So it feels like surrender could be a little bit of a issue for you, but that's something you're working through right now. What else? What else for this viewer? So yeah, it may be, let's see what's going to happen here. I knew more than one. Maybe we'll take all three. Maybe you're just starting to trust more that everything's going to be okay. And you could be coming out of a time of anxiety. We have duality of emotion. Your feelings are never wrong. So you could feel scared and motivated. That's what I'm getting, is you could feel both at once. You could feel like you love yourself while also feeling like you're cringe, you know? You could feel confident to step out, but also be second guessing. And I feel like this is just saying, don't judge your emotions when they arise, because they're just teaching you something. And there is fear, right? So fear is arising and you're feeling a little bit maybe of a lack of confidence. Rebirth, prepare for new beginnings. We have that, and change direction, acceptance. You are enough and you are worthy of love. That's what I'm saying. This has to do with who you are, not necessarily how you look. And I feel like that goes with the darker energy here of the dark moon. Learning to accept yourself. And age doesn't matter here. I'm seeing like every age. I'm seeing like 20-year-olds that are very mature, who've gone through a lot, you know, so maybe emotionally and emotionally, and just like in terms of your wisdom, you're like an old soul and you are more like 50s, 60s in your mindset, you know. And if you are older, I feel like you have still maintained your youth. Like you've still retained a youthful energy. So I feel like you could judge yourself on that too. You could be like somebody who is older but dresses younger, and maybe sometimes you judge yourself. But this is a time of rebirth. This is a time of you being able to just trust that whoever is going to love you for you is going to find you and love you for you, and you don't have to put on a mask. I'm really getting that. So I'm going to leave it around this point. I feel like I like to keep them around 10 minutes because I'm doing 4 of them as well. But this is about acceptance of your entire self, because you are enough and you are worthy of love, no matter what darkness you've been through as well. And I'm taking note of the moons here. So it's like phases of your life. If there's parts of your life where you're still judging yourself for what you didn't know, then it's time to forgive that aspect of yourself, that younger version, or that more immature version, because you didn't know, you know. And I'm also channeling in eating disorders could be significant, definitely with this, with the body image. And I'm seeing the bones here. Part of her is a skeleton, so that could be something you've overcome or have struggled with. And I feel like it goes back to childhood. So give yourself like a hug, do something for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean you necessarily have to hug yourself, you can, but do something that feels like safe for yourself, because I feel like your nervous system has been in fight or flight for a long time, and you've been doing a lot of healing work, and it's just another rebirth. Maybe you've been through a few of them, but this is just another new beginning. And I'm really feeling something in my heart right now, a sensation here, that maybe you have lost people in the past, but that's not going to happen again. You're not going to lose people who are meant for you. And if there are people who don't love you for you, or have been abusive to you, or have looked down upon you, or judged you for your true authenticity, then it is really time to let go. And that may come with this feeling of loss. That's something I feel like you're fearing. But you're not going to struggle, because I feel like anybody who does leave your life will be replaced by energies who truly want to be there. You're never going to lose out. The universe always has a plan. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sending you so much love. Let me know if this is for you in the comments below. Like and share this video if you feel like it would help somebody else. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, the links are in my bio. This is a reading for pile number 2. Happiness is my birthright. You've recently awoken to the fact that your happiness matters. I feel like you're somebody who's put others' happiness before yourself. You could have been imbalanced or struggled with people pleasing. So let's see, what is the tarot message here? Knight of Cups reverse. I feel like maybe you're a little bit closed off right now. And I'm also feeling like you may almost judge yourself as going villain mode, or maybe you felt like you needed to for a while. 10 of Cups reversed. This could have to do with family, or turning your back on family members. It could be like choosing yourself means going against your blood family. Like, that's what I'm getting with the 10 of Cups. Also, it could also signify that you in the past, right, have not put your happiness as a priority, because that's what 10 of Cups is. Ultimate happiness, contentment, family, joy, prosperity. I'm seeing on that one as well. So it can be family. If that doesn't resonate for you, it's just that you denied yourself happiness in the past. And right now I feel like you're a little bit closed off to any kind of energies that would be wanting to come into your life. You're very like discerning or choosy when it comes to who you allow into your heart space, especially. Page of Swords reversed, because I feel like there has been betrayal. I do feel like there's been gossip energy, people who didn't want to see you win. People thought that they could outsmart you perhaps, or I'm seeing charm with this one as well. They may have like pulled the wool over your eyes or seemed very charming, especially it could be a romantic partner. It could be all that. It could be like you went through a series with family members, partners, where there was inauthenticity and you realize how miserable this has made you. Knight of Swords reverse. A lot of reversals here with this pile. We have conflict, highs, lows, tension. This is what you're walking away from. So it definitely can be family conflict and tension. And not being able to be your true self is really what I'm seeing. But it's kind of caused you to have your heart closed off for the meanwhile, at least, to figure this out. Yeah, Eight of Swords reverse is coming out of this anxiety, frustration, and feeling trapped. But because it's reversed, you are coming out of it. You're not entirely feeling like lost about this or unable to overcome it. There's this sense of mending your heart and knowing what feels good and what doesn't, and giving your energy to others accordingly. Seven of Cups. I feel like you're not wavering on this now. Perhaps in the past you would have, as I said, people-pleasing tendencies, and now your boundaries are up. And I don't feel like this is a bad energy with the Knight of Cups reverse. As I said, I feel like this is a necessary part of your healing journey. And I feel like you're not going to give second or third or fourth or fifth chances to people who've already shown who they are, or maybe you heard this gossip verified, like you got some kind of truth about a specific individual, or take it how it resonates, could be more than one person, but I'm specifically channeling one individual in particular. That is a female energy with the Page of Swords and the gossip, and something was made known to you that is something you intuited for a while, but I feel like you didn't want to see the truth here. And you're realizing that this person really doesn't make you happy. Another reversal, we have Two of Cups reverse, which is partnership, harmony, and peace. So whoever this person was, they did not want to give to you equally. So if you did people-pleasing tendencies, they took advantage of that, for example. Or if you tried to pour into this, they just didn't pour into it the amount that you did. And it never felt peaceful. It never felt like it was harmonious. And if that's a partner, like a romantic partner, take it where it applies. I'm definitely channeling in that female energy was unreciprocal. So it could even be a friend. All right, let's get the last one here. They caused a lot of tension. Like you were in inner conflict because you were deceived, but you're not deceived anymore. The Tower. So even though things may feel or recently have felt like the Tower here with the destruction, the ending, the final release of this, and I'm getting entanglement, even though it says enlightenment. So you could have been entangled with this person's energy to the point where it was like you lost yourself, or you lost a part of yourself, and it almost is like they siphoned off your happiness, and it's like they didn't even care. Like I'm really getting that you were somebody's source and your misery was their happiness. And now you're like, wait a minute, no, my happiness is my happiness. I deserve that. It's my birthright, right? As this affirmation says. And I'm channeling in the Sun energy. So we're going to have to see what comes out. I'm not going to do any more tarot, I don't think. I'm going to use this fairy deck because I wanted to incorporate fairy energy into this reading. So let's see, what is the fairy oracle message here? I've got a few coming out. Let's let them go. 3 of them. So we've got acorns and invitation. I always read this as initiation for some reason. Touch, exchange, connection. So I feel like there will be a time when you are meant to open up to somebody. All right. So somebody will want to come into your energy field, and it could be a lover, right? With this touch, exchange, and connection. But if not, I'm also channeling in this could be getting massage or doing something with your body that is even moving your body, though. It can be that too, because it feels like you grounding your body, like say in a yoga practice, that can be very energetically healing for you. And I'm getting exchange with spirit too, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. And these are moth wings, I believe, so moths could be significant. Let's see. Fairy wishing well, manifestation, expectations, offerings. I'm going to put this one over here. And this one will be our middle one. Fairy lovers, new love, courtship, romance, falling in love. So there is a lot of love energy around this reading. So it can be multiple different things for different of you, since it is collective. With the 10 of Cups, though, like family, that's what I'm being drawn back to. So if this is somebody from the past that you are breaking away from and you have a family together, you're going to form a new partnership. because we have the Two of Cups, which is generally about love, the fairy lovers. I definitely feel like this is about love now and relationship with a lover. I'm also getting with the family energy. If you didn't have a family, you could be wanting a family, but also now I'm getting that if it was, it could be like another family member that interfered with your family. So take it how it resonates. As I said, with it being collective, don't make it fit. But some of you, it was a mother figure who interfered with your family and how you were, doing things with a loving partner. Others of you, it is a loving partner that you had a family with that you are breaking away from. But there will come a time with this Knight of Cups energy reverse that you are going to have to open up your heart again, or you're going to feel like you want to anyway on a deeper level, because I feel like this is a wish of yours. You don't want to be alone forever, but you don't want to have any of this energy. Like, you don't want to be feeling trapped by anybody. You don't want to have gossip or inauthentic energy around you. And you don't want to be stuck how you were in the past, where you felt like you had to betray yourself in order to be loved. And I feel like that's coming to an end with the Tower, and also the highs, lows, the conflict with the Knight of Swords reversed, and the disharmony with the Two of Cups reversed. You need to know that it is coming to an end. Okay, and I feel like this is reaching you when you're really choosing yourself, and that's going to help more of these reciprocal energies come into your life as well, because you're finally choosing yourself and energetically stating what you want. And maybe some of you are writing it or saying it with affirmations. Now we have ripple effect. The choice is yours. I love this because this goes with the Seven of Cups reverse. You're not going to be confused anymore. You've closed out the cycle of allowing access from people who always betrayed you, people who were always inauthentic. And now you're like, I know what I'm choosing. I'm choosing what feels good. And that's the thing. Happiness is your birthright, but it's also a choice. Do you choose to believe that, right? The dance of connection. Everything is dancing with you. So this is a very auspicious time. It feels like, right? Even with this invitation energy, as I said, to, even if it means doing more with your body and dancing with the universe is what it feels like. Realizing that everything's connected. So when you take care of your body, say you're getting a massage, like that's going to help calm your nervous system. It's going to help your mental health. It's going to help your physical health too. And I feel like you're feeling more connected to spirit than you ever have been at this time when this reaches you. The golden thread, let go of judgment. So this could be something to work on. And it's also giving solar plexus energy, which has to do with confidence. But I'm feeling like forgiving the people that hurt you is going to help you to jump timelines. So it doesn't condone what they've done, but it is realizing that they're never going to give you what you want or need, or maybe they're never going to say what you need them to say and validate you in the ways that you need validation. They're never going to make you happy, right? You are going to make you happy by your choices, and realizing how powerful those choices are, really. So I would say let go of anybody from the past who, they don't even know what they did. It's kind of like forgive them, for they know not what they did. Giving and receiving, open up to balance, joy, and connection. Because there's somebody who, as I said with the Two of Cups, you didn't have that in the past, but there is somebody who will give that to you. And you have to open up to believing it is possible. So there will be a time when you need to open up your heart, as I said, with the Knight of Cups energy. And a romantic offer may come in, and it will be up to you if you want to decide to embrace this. I feel like it will be a feminine energy. So I do channel that a feminine betrayed, and a feminine is the one coming in with this reading. So again, it could be a friend, but it also could be a same-sex relationship. It definitely can be that. Open up to balance, joy, and connection. So equal give and take. Not where you are pouring into somebody and they are not pouring into you. But I do feel like it'll be multiple areas of your life. Because even with this touch exchange connection, it doesn't have to be sexual. And this came through the first reading as well, with sensuality and pleasure. But this one, I feel like, can even be having someone to hug, having somebody to connect to with words. It doesn't have to just be physical. Let's get some more messages from this one. I've been drawn to the fairy decks lately. Let's see one message from here, just to tie this all together. What is one message that this viewer needs to know? What is the message for pile number one? We've got two. Perfect timing. Oh my goodness, this is perfect. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. And then we have perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. So you can trust that also everything that you've given in life where it wasn't reciprocated is going to come back to you. That's what I'm getting. Once you release the old, once you forgive and you invitation, there's an invitation coming through. So you could literally get invited somewhere. You could just feel this as an invitation from spirit, and they want to reach out and help you, right? And they want to touch your heart and help you to let go of that hurt and to open up to somebody new and something new, because I feel like it's more than one thing and your life is changing in a big way right now. This is divine timing at work, and I feel like you're seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities as well if this is yours. I'm also seeing 777 could be a number, so you could feel really lucky when this comes through. You might see that just before this invitation appears in your life. I'm also seeing snakes, so this could represent the snakes in the grass, the people that are inauthentic, and that's in one of the cups here too, right? So snakes could be significant. I'm also channeling like somebody baking recently. You could have done some kind of home baking, or you like to purchase from like a specific smaller bakery could be significant. I'm also seeing a globe. So you could be wanting to travel, and you might meet different people as you travel. Spirit is saying out of your comfort zone, even if that's just more metaphorical than physical travel. But I'm seeing you wanting to expand your mind and expand your consciousness. And if you're not really feeling that at a surface level, I feel like that's under the surface, that your spirit and your higher self is asking you to expand your mind, expand your horizons, like broaden your horizons. I'm getting, yeah. And it could be raining where you are. I'm getting like rain could be coming down, or that could just be a symbol of the emotions, blocked emotions, and just let it out, let it go, grieve and let it go. All right. I'm sending you so much love. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. All right, this is affirmation number 3. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I feel like you're waking up. It's like you've woken up in the dark. And actually, I'm getting some of you maybe do wake up in the middle of the night, and you're very like close to spirit at night, or nighttime is significant. It could be finding you. This message could be finding you at night. Owls, wisdom, also owls as a spirit animal. So you're willing to be awake, even though his eyes are closed. I feel like there's something about you being willing to be awake even when it's dark. 6 of Cups is the first tarot we have out. So this could be inner child healing too. I feel like you could be doing inner child healing at night, or watching readings about that at night, or something about, some of you could be taking like a course or specific coaching specifically to do with inner child. That's what I'm getting. Reconciling parts of yourself to yourself is what I'm getting with 6 of Cups. So it's really going within, and you're really wanting to get to the root of this is what I'm seeing. 3 of Wands reversed, facing fear, because there's been a lot of fear that have blocked forward movement for you. Fears that have blocked forward movement. And luck, it says luck, adventure, like you've been stuck paralyzed, I feel, in the past. The Tower, but not now. Now it's like you're allowing whatever needs to be seen, to be released, and to be healed. And this is necessary destruction for further growth. And it says enlightenment as well. So even all the while this is happening, you have a higher awareness. The Chariot reverse, this is the past energy. You're leaving behind stagnation, indecision, and fear. You're not letting that run your life anymore. What else for this? Pile number 3, 2 of Swords reversed. Yeah, I'm getting the same energy with his eyes closed here. In the past, you may have had your eyes closed to this, or there could be a part of you still that is not wanting to see something. And I'm seeing that this is a blockage of the flow of harmony, and it's reconciling yourself to yourself. There could be some specific childhood friend that's significant to this reading. So I don't know if you have heard from somebody or you're about to when this reaches you. It's timeless, but somebody reaching out to you from childhood that has something to do with almost like activating a part of yourself or bringing some piece of wisdom to you that is from this timeline where there's a blockage. So I am getting a heavy energy with this, where you could have gone through some trauma here or some abuse in your childhood, and there's some kind of limiting belief here that Spirit is trying to bring up, but it's like it hasn't been the time until now. I'm feeling like when this finds you, it would have recently just happened, where you've had this moment of awareness, or you're about to, and you can feel it, and it's because you're ready now. All right, what else about this? Three of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, which is your creativity, your leadership ability, your openness to magic as well, and your focus. Because I feel like there's projects or inspiration that has wanted to flow through you, projects you may have wanted to do, especially like I'm seeing like art, or it can be anything. When I say art, it doesn't have to just be painting. It could be creating videos. It can be doing something with words. I'm seeing like collages or making posters or something like this. I'm seeing that. But there's something about your creativity that has been blocked due to fears, and it could be fears of being seen, and that's what you're figuring out, like, where do these limiting beliefs come from? And I'm feeling like they do come from childhood with the Six of Cups. Could be as simple as somebody saying something to you at a young age that struck a lot of fear in you, and I'm saying simply it's not, you know, it causes a lot of distress, it causes a lot of trauma, it causes a lot of darkness or fear to just sort of invade your mind. And it could have been definitely like a loved one, a family member, somebody you looked up to who maybe crushed your dreams, is what I'm seeing at a young age. And you're becoming aware that this voice inside of you is not you. This voice inside of you is a caregiver, a loved one, somebody who you trusted and esteemed. It could even be an older sibling. Something was said, that's what I'm getting, and you're realizing that this was never your voice. This was never your thoughts. Okay, we have these two. So we have the Four of Pentacles. Wherever this foundation has been, like whatever foundation or reality you thought was secure and stable is being taken, right? Because you have made this petition to Spirit, whether consciously or subconsciously. I feel like you're very conscious about this though at this time. Whatever stability you lacked, you're going to have stability come in with this Four of Pentacles energy. And it also does say saving, so money could be significant. You could be saving for some kind of new life. Some of you are still close to these caregivers or family members or whoever it is that has kind of like stuck this sword in your heart energy. You're going to be able to move away from these people. And if it's not actually moving, which for some of you it is, you know, moving to a new home, then it's being able to move away from that mentality. That's what I'm seeing. Page of Wands reversed. Another reversal on this side here. This is what you're moving away from though, is fearing success or fearing people praising you. Like it's a little foreign to you to be admired here because it says good news and communication. So I feel like okay, two things. If people were to praise you, you'd kind of shy away from that, right? But you're kind of realizing like, what is it in me? Where does that go back to? Also with the Chariot reversed, it can be leaving this time of fearing good things. Like that's really just what I'm getting in general. Yeah, it just feels like be open to receiving good news. Be open to success. Here we have the success. I knew the word success was coming through. Now I'm seeing it. So yeah, something about your success, because it's not the Six of Wands. So that's where I almost second guessed myself. I was like, no, I'm seeing success here. It's coming in for you. You could have feared being seen or being successful in some way, but Spirit is going to use you and your story in some way, in some way of like creating something, and bringing awareness to maybe other people who may struggle with this. And I'm not going to go into details because I feel like it could be multiple different things, but it's unhealthy relationship patterns, and that could be something that you either put into art and maybe you don't speak about your trauma outright, or you do become an activist or a voice for this kind of, you know, energy and dynamic, and you're going to help people. That's what I'm seeing. So let's get the fairy messages. This is the fairy oracle. Riddle Fisher, divination, seeking out and finding answers, because it's what's under the surface. And this could be like the riddle of your life, not understanding why this stuff has been happening to you, you know, over and over. I'm seeing like maybe you get started with something and you self-sabotage. Yeah, and it's something in the shadow. But I feel like divination has been helping you, or maybe you're somebody who does do cards or watches card readings. This has been helping you to find the answers, and there's more answers to come. One big answer specifically, I was seeing one like epiphany moment. Secret doorway, working with intuition, second sight, opening dimensional doorways. Being able to go back to the past and find out what this was, and then come back to your reality changed. I'm seeing that. yeah, having this second sight, something's going to be revealed to you. And you know it if it hasn't already happened. This could be confirmation, or it's about to happen with the Tower. You're definitely going to be seeing something for what it truly is. And it's going to help you to have a more solid foundation and to realize that even though you faced what is the biggest fear of your life, like seeing this for what it truly is, seeing people for who they truly are, perhaps is something that you shy away from because it is disheartening, is what I'm getting. But you're going to be changed, and you're going to like be transformed, but also be more stable, especially like mental stability. It'll be like you realizing none of this was ever you. The Merlin, guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. I feel like you have a lot of spiritual help. This is number 33, and we have 3 starting out. So this could be the good news. And I said some of you could be taking like inner child healing coaching. I did say that. So some kind of teacher or guidance is significant. I feel like an actual teacher in your reality, or counseling, something like that. Wise counsel is what I'm getting with the owl energy too. Or it could come in the form of ancestral guidance, spiritual guidance, and just being like very in tune with spirit with this divination and seeking out answers card. You're going to get those answers that you're seeking. That's what I'm getting. It's like seek and you shall find. Now we're going to get some Unity Oracle. What does this viewer need to know? We have the diversity within, again, number 3. So 3s could be significant. You are limitless, endless, and eternal. Maybe that's something that you need to really embody, because no matter what has happened to you, you're still standing. That's what I'm getting. And the potential to create from even this hardship and sadness and this space of lack, like you can create beautiful things for future generations or people who have gone through similar. As I said, you might be helping these people. You might be inspired to become a counselor or a coach of your own. I'm getting that, or just like doing cards, even doing cards for people. The golden thread, let go of judgment. And we also have 5 here, and this is another 5. So 3s and 5s, and 5s are change. So to me, this card is letting go of the past. Whoever hurt you, it's forgive them. And I said this in pile number 1 too, so I don't know if you also felt drawn to that one. Forgive the past, but also learn from the past and learn who you would never want to be, right? Change the pattern, break the pattern, the toxicity, if that's in your family line. You know, maybe you've feared that you're going to end up the same. There could be some subconscious programming or fear here. Maybe this family member or mentor, I am getting like somebody you looked up to, right? But they were not of the light. They were very much living in the dark. And to see that for what it is, you do have judgments about that. But Spirit is saying, let that go, because there's somewhere that you're going that you can't take this with you in this next realm or this next chapter, okay? It's time to let it go and forgive. And ask for help from Spirit. Ask for help from your guides, your angels. You're going to get that help. Even if it is like the difficulty of letting it go. True virtue. Wisdom is fueled by compassion. That's beautiful to end this with, because you do have the owl. And I was saying wisdom. But this is saying wisdom is fueled by compassion. Having compassion on these people or this person. And the past, your past self even, because this is a child, and we have this 6 of Cups energy. Having compassion for the little version of you is going to do a lot of major healing and clearing of some of this more difficult energy and this darkness. So this is a beautiful reading. I don't know how much time I still have, but I'm going to pull a couple more fairy cards just to bring this all together at the end. What is the closeout message? Love, life. And there's children in these fairies. Again, the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So some of you, it could be a partner that is coming in to really bring out your inner child, like somebody who is also in touch with their inner child. Maybe once you do this healing, or like I said, it depends when this finds you. You could have recently done this, and this is confirmation of like what is to come now, and this is just resonating on what is to come, right? Your future timeline. But yeah, this is interesting. Maybe you've been alone. I feel like most of you haven't even been with a partner because you've had this, I don't know, stuck energy from childhood. that is moving now. Like you're removing this blockage and it's going to bring in your life partner. And if not, I feel like this could be you with yourself, feeling whole in your masculine and feminine energies. Because some of you are not seeking out love. I know that. We have easy does it. Stop trying so hard to control everything and all of the doors will open for you. That's really cool because we also have the secret doorway. So follow the guidance. Have compassion on yourself. And I feel like the doors are going to just open. We also have new home. Didn't I say that? Interesting. New home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. And as I said, that can even just be moving, jumping timelines, you know, getting out of this current reality that's not fitting for you, but you could be physically moving. Daughter. The answer to your question involves your daughter. So some of you who do have children, if you have a daughter or somebody who is like a daughter, like you could have a friend that has kids and spending time with them could help your inner child is what I'm seeing, or spending time with your daughters specifically. And then we have winter time. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. But you know what I'm getting with this is also the darkness, because I mentioned dark. You may be up at night, waking up in the middle of the night, but I feel like winter time is just that period of life where everything seems dark, almost like dark night of the soul. But this is where you found yourself, and if you haven't quite yet, this is where you're going to find the answers. They're found in the dark, and it's like fishing in the dark is what I'm getting to with Riddle Fisher. You could feel like that, and it's not an easy task, right? But the answers are coming, so prepare for good news, prepare for healthy relationships, and give yourself that love and compassion. And that's going to bring everything to you. I feel like there's not too much you need to do. Like you don't need to push for the answers. It's going to come because it says stop trying so hard. And the doors will open. And once they open, also just know that if you go through this doorway and you're very afraid to go through, as I said, you can always come back. That's what I'm getting. You may be hesitant to have ever crossed this threshold and gone through to the other side to see this fully. But that was because you were so afraid that if you saw it, it would paralyze you. But you're going to be able to come back, and you're going to come back with the answers, and you're going to grow from this. This is the fourth reading, pile number 4. I honor how I want to feel. So you have maybe struggled with this. You could have felt like it doesn't matter what I want. Like it doesn't matter how I feel. And it could be because you were neglected emotionally. Your emotions were neglected by people who maybe should have, you know, shown you that love, or you felt like they should have. So let's see, what is the tarot? Now you're going to do it for yourself. That's the lesson here. We've got the Devil, desire, obsession, fear. We've got the Queen of Wands. This is also the Shadow. Okay, so there could be some rage brewing under the surface, and I'm getting like righteous anger. So that could be a feeling you've been shying away from for a while, and I'm seeing like the darkness splatter in here as well. That could be an emotion that has been wanting to come out for you, and you've been afraid of this. But I feel like you're not. Right now you're not. In fact, you're confident about this, because I feel like it needs to show you something. Right now you're being shown something. 4 of Pentacles reversed. You could have struggled with instability here. I'm also getting, it does have to do with money, so this could have played into your finances in some way by being emotionally imbalanced. We have the Page of Wands reversed, so similar energy came out in pile number 3. I don't know if you watched both of these, or if you're watching both of these. Page of Wands reversed. Good news, communication, epiphany almost as well, because I said that in the last one. Having some kind of realization, so it could just be like you to you understanding something, and that could have to do with these feelings. And realizing also that they're valid. Every emotion you feel is valid. Queen of Cups, yeah. You're not only like, or you're not, I don't know, it's like you maybe judge yourself as imbalanced or immature, but you are the Queen of Cups. That's what you're showing up as. And maybe that's part of this, is you've hid your more sensitive nature, your more compassionate nature. Underneath the surface here, there's something you feared seeing. I'm seeing the eyeball here. Yeah, and it has to do with your empathy, your sympathy even. Like you maybe even, as I said, put others' feelings before your own. So maybe you stuffed away your true feelings, and they're still wanting to come out no matter how long it's been, is what I'm seeing as well with this, because it doesn't just disappear. What you suppress is always going to be there. What else for this viewer? 10 of Swords, and we have that third eye awareness as well. So yeah, Maybe you feel pretty pissed off for the fact that you gave a lot to others who never brought you stability, or you loaned money to people who never paid you back and had no intention to be there for you, even if maybe, you know, you gave and then they end up not giving back to you. So something to do with righteous anger here, and imbalance and instability. So as I said, you could be feeling like you're having dark emotions, but these darker emotions or things that you judge are also important to your story and important to your overall health. The Fool reverse. And you know what? It's getting so dark. I started out this reading with the sun kind of peeking in and out, and it was shining, but I'm looking out my window and there's just gray clouds. It's going to pour rain. And I did say rain was a sign or a synchronicity in one of these parts. I can't remember which one, which pile. So if you watch that one, that's confirmation the rain's about to come down. And it's also like, don't fear the darkness, because it's bringing, like, it brings new life, right? When the rain comes down, it waters the plants and the grass, and we need that to grow. So I feel like that's significant, where you're afraid of this darkness or cloudiness of your life and things. Even like, I'm filming this under the eclipse, so it's like everything coming to an eclipse energy here, where there's total darkness, and this darkness is a part of understanding the light better, is what I'm seeing. And it's just a part of life. It's natural. So I'm going to leave this darker because it just goes with the vibe of what this energy is for this reading. 10 of Cups. Don't shy away from good things. So if that goes with the other pile, as I said, I feel like I can't remember now if it was 1 or 2, but there was the 10 of Cups. And I said, don't shy away from good things. So if you heard that twice in this reading, definitely take that as part of your message, because I feel like that could be this good news that wants to come through here. And there's more prosperity, more contentment underneath these emotions that feel like they may overtake you, or they just feel so like you suppress them so you don't want to feel them. It feels scary. It feels like it's the devil, but it's just a part of you. Story keeper, tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom. So you could be thinking of writing down your feelings, at least to yourself. You don't have to write a story about it. Some of you may want to write a book about your life and be authors. Others of you need to write, or Spirit is directing you to write, because it's going to help clear out these emotions. It's going to help you get unstuck. What else? The Gift. A present, an offer, nurturance, growth, potential. So this is the gift that the shadow brings. It's an offer to understand yourself on a deeper level and to integrate the shadow, because it never goes away. And as I said, even if you stuff this stuff away, you're missing out on this potential for growth and to nurture even this part of you, because it's screaming out for love and compassion. You're a very compassionate person, so why not be compassionate to yourself? This is the end of overgiving as well. And with the Fool reverse, I feel like you've been afraid to stand up for yourself with the Queen of Wands. I didn't acknowledge the Fool reverse, sorry, because I was talking about the darkness, but this also has the darkness and the stars. So there's always light even in the darkness. And maybe you haven't wanted to come out with your story, come out with how you truly feel, tell people how you truly feel. That's what I'm getting with the Story Keeper too. Riddle Fisher, divination, seeking out and finding answers. That's going to bring you happiness too, to finally face this. And with the good news reverse too, it could be like there is some bad news, because it is in reverse. Right now you could have been going through a time of bad news, or like meeting obstacles or hitting a brick wall, that kind of energy. But it's like finding the answers to why this is happening. Maybe this is the universe guiding you into a new direction, a direction that's more easy. It's scary. You're scared to maybe even lean into more ease, or people that feel good, relationships that feel good, a life that feels good, but it's what you truly want, and you're confident that it's possible. Her special place. Find your own safe space inside and out. So this is with the Queen energy and taking that leap. I feel like you need to decide who are the safe people. Where do you feel safe, even within yourself? Like some people don't feel safe writing in a journal because they feel vulnerable, like it's going to be found out, right? Now Spirit is bringing to my mind, it was pile number 2, I believe, that goes with the pile number 1. Let me just double check the cards. Yes, it was happiness is my birthright. That was the reading that goes with I honor how I want to feel, and we had the 10 of Cups. So that is significant. Let's get a few more. 3 graces, cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing, new partnerships that are fun. So yeah, and as I said, happiness is my birthright. It goes along with this message. So go back to that if you would like to, if you want more information, because I feel like these are tied together. But there will be friends, right? Maybe that's something you've also wanted. You could be very like alone, and you've wanted more friendship, and you've wanted more adventure, and you've wanted to be able to open up and share your story, at least to a few trusted people. And also have fun. This is also giving the 3 of Cups energy of tarot. I'm going to keep going with this. I want to use the Unity Oracle for a couple more messages. We have passionate enrichment. Recognize your heart's deepest desires. What do you truly want? First, you have to move through the darker energies of rage or anger, and it's going to lead you to really realizing what you've wanted all along. Daring difference, embrace your unique qualities. So yeah, I'm also getting gothic energy. You could be somebody who dresses more gothic. Energy balance. Balance is essential to our overall health. So suppressing these emotions doesn't help. That's what I'm getting. Figuring out why you put yourself in this position, and then getting yourself out of it with the Riddle Fisher energy. Your inner teacher, listen to your intuition. This is a gift being offered by your higher self, your intuition, and it's time to really listen. You could also connect in with starseed energy, and that's why you feel very different in this reality. You just don't know, like maybe you haven't even felt people who, or why did I say felt people? Maybe you've never met people who have felt as deeply as you do with the Queen of Cups, because you're very intuitive, and I feel like you see through people. But when it comes to yourself here, there's just something that you didn't want to see. And what is the closeout message for my viewer, my pile number 4? What is the closeout message, Spirit? Marriage. The fairies join you in celebrated wedded bliss and holiday. But this could also mean marrying that dark part, you know, the dark and the light. And I'm saying the yin yang. So it's when things are dark, it's not always dark, there's a little bit of light. And on the opposite, when things are light, they're not always light, there's a little bit of dark. So it can mean marrying these 2 aspects of yourself. For some of you, you do want those relationships, but you just haven't felt like you were in a place to receive. And with happiness is my birthright as well, with that pile, it feels like the 10 of Cups and marriage. I feel like that was in that one. I may be wrong, but I feel like there was the 10 of Cups and breaking away from family, and really just like having your own family, having your own way of doing things. Holiday. The answers you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So do something to honor yourself and love yourself. Maybe you just need a reset, you know, take a little vacation, go somewhere, even if it has to be low budget, just do something for yourself to reset your energy and be alone with yourself. You've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. That's the thing. You're going to have to face that darkness. And it's not going to be as scary as you think it is going to be. One last card. And there are good people in this world. Just know that. There are good people. There are a lot of not good people, but there are a lot of good people still in this world, because I believe you are one of them. Autumn. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. So autumn could be significant, that time of year. And we're coming up to that. This is being recorded in August. So if this reaches you in the fall time, in the autumn season, then I feel like this is when things are coming together for abundance. And I mentioned giving away money, not having stability. That could be part of that. Not only emotional equilibrium and balance and marriage, maybe within and without, but having more abundance of resources. I'm seeing in money. I want to get one more. I just love this, how it's all going together so beautifully. One last card for this viewer. Affirmations. To lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. So that is super significant. It's time to work on you for a little while. And don't be afraid to say no to everything else that, or anything else that could be a distraction, because you're working on this queendom. It feels like your power. Yeah, and we have that here. You've got the power. And I said good news and then reverse bad news, or communication versus not communicating. Maybe it's a time to go silent for a while. And that's perfectly acceptable, especially if you've always been there for everybody else. It's time for you to stop this self-sabotage pattern and finally step into your power. So if it means saying no to things that are a distraction, you have every right to do so. And that's just a confirmation. Do some affirmations. It's going to help to balance your energy, and that's so essential for your well-being. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.